Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to the debate with the motion. This House will open college in the academic year 2021 and 2022. First of all, allow me to introduce myself. I am Alifia Maharani Saidi as the chairperson and the timekeeper of this debate. Then, allow me to introduce our adjudicator for today's debate. The adjudicator is Ms. Ula Rizki Ramadhia. Then you will have 15 minutes for case building. Case building starts. Next, in the opening government, we have Robin Cloud team, Ms. Marisa Tjikasari as the Prime Minister and Ms. Arma Sri Yunita as the Deputy Prime Minister. In the opening opposition, we have Hufflepuff team, Ms. Aziza Rohima as the leader of opposition and Ms. Masayu Melinda as the Deputy Leader of Opposition. In the closing government, we have Gryffindor team, Ms. Widyaningrum as the member of government, and Ms. Suci Wulandari as the government whip. In the closing opposition, we have Slytherin team, Ms. Nuzuliatin Nisa Utami as the member of opposition, and Ms. Retni Widiyanti as the opposition whip. Before we proceed, I would like to tell the rules for today's debate. 1. Each speaker has 7 minutes to deliver the speech. 2. POI is allowed for 15 seconds. 3. The timekeeper will ring the bell once after the first minute to indicate that POI is allowed, and will ring the bell twice at the 6th minute to signal that POI is no longer allowed. At the end of 7 minutes, the bell will be rung twice to indicate the time is up for the speaker to deliver the speech. 4. Giving and taking of points of information should be done politely. A speaker is required to raise her hand and to stand when putting forth a POI. Rude, abusive, or aggressive behavior in both instances will lead to a reduction of marks. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming the Prime Minister from Opening Government, Ms. Marisa Tjikasari, to deliver her speech on today's motion. This House would open college in the academic year 2021 and 2022.
Thank you, moderator and adjudicator. Ladies and gentlemen, the urgency of this motion is because the government concerned about effectiveness of online class, and also government limit this argument just for college field. So, let me introduce myself first. I am Marisa Tjikasari, as the Prime Minister from Opening Government will explain why government will open college in the academic year 2021-2022. And here I also have Arma Sri Yunita as Deputy Prime Minister that will explain more about the government argument. Okay, but the first one is, as you can see, that basically learning is about theoretical and practical. For the theoretical, we believe it will be okay if learning can be done by virtual online class. That's why we make this hybrid learning concept. But for some courses, the students need to do the practical one, such as medical practical courses, study and research in the community, and etc. The government believes that this hybrid learning will be even effective so that the theoretical and practical can be done optimal. In case of building a good quality student in every measure, the government believes that if we not optimize the practical and theoretical, the result or the quality outcome will not as are expected. And that will be even worse if it happen in the long term, right? Government need to try find a new way that has a good impact for education and also medical. Next is outdoor activities can only help if it's about community service and research. And don't forget to always apply health protocol during the activities. Government realized that the outdoor act is risky for health. That's why the students need to always apply the protocol. And if they're not doing it, it will be forbidden to do the outdoor activities. The next reason why the government want to open academic college is the impact of the online learning in the long term is hinder the development of students' character and thinking skill. That, as we know, it will become a bad idea for our next generation. Have ladies and gentlemen ever thinking that what will it be if we're not trying to find problem solving of this pandemic impact? If we just sit and still waiting until the pandemic totally over, what will happen with students that one day will be the lead of the future, but they didn't get the optimal learning? The government know that the characteristic and thinking skill is really important for basic skill. That's why we're trying to adapt this with this pandemic condition. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Marisa, for delivering the speech. I shall now invite Ms. Aziza Rohima as the leader of opposition to deliver her speech.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Here I'm as the leader of opposition want to talk some things over this motion. But before that, let me tell you about the motion. So the motion is that this house would open campus for the 2021-2022 academic year despite the COVID-19 pandemic. And from what I heard from the government side, I'd like to rebut some points. First of all, it's about the learning process that are given to the collegian. First of all, it talks about the theoretical and also the practical. Yes, we know that theoretical and practical is always goes side by side. But I think children that we call in this campus, I think they are not children again. They are already becoming adult and they can learn by only theoretical more than the practical. And for the second one, I would like to rebut about the protocol. As we know, ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia is not like Japanese or it's not like South Korea with a good healthcare. So I think it's a little bit a wrong step for the government to open the campus for the next 2021 and 2022 academic year. Okay, and I think that the government side has an interesting perspective on this matter because they mistook something. Because when we tell you about the government has to open campus for the 2021-2022 academic year, it means if we count that, it's only about like 2 months or 3 months start from now. So from the government of Indonesia, I think they are not ready yet. And I would like to say why this motion is problematic because we also know that there are two sides, two opinions about this matter. In one side, we talk about the quality of the education, and at the other side, we are talking about the healthiness of the human resources in Indonesia. And for now, therefore, we'd like to limit this debate. I just want to talk about the healthiness about for the human resources. I, as the leader of opposition, will talk 2 points over here. First of all, I want to talk about the positivity rate of COVID-19 in Indonesia is not reaching the eligible to open the campus. Why I would like to say that? Because I read from a site that epidemiologist from Australia Griffith University, who is Diki Budiman, he said that in Indonesia, the positivity rate of COVID-19 is still above 10%. And when we want to open the campus or open the school for the next academic year, it should be below 5% for 2 consecutive weeks. It means the positivity rate of COVID-19, it should be under 5% in more than 2 weeks. It should be stay still and you cannot, the positivity rate cannot be more than 5%. And beside that, the second point that I want to talk is about the facilities and infrastructure for health protocols, readiness, and parental consent in Indonesia still not fulfill the conditions. Why I would say like that? Because I know Indonesia, ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia is a large island. There are a lot of islands in Indonesia. And until now, even government still sometimes cannot reach the deepest side from the island in Indonesia. So it's still hard for the government to provide the facilities and also for giving the health protocols for each school that cannot afford that. Okay, so that is what I want to talk as the leader of opposition, while my deputy leader of opposition will explain more about this matter. And for all these reasons, for this side. Thank you very much. That's all.
Thank you, Ms. Aziza, for delivering her speech. I now call upon the Deputy Prime Minister, Ms. Arma Sri Yunita, to deliver her speech.
Are you sure that every practical course can be covered up with daily life? But before that, I'd like to rebut some points from the opposition team. Not every practical course can be covered up with daily life. Take an example like medical course, such as surgery. It's really impossible if we do it in daily life. Hybrid learning is an educational model approach that combines online learning with real classroom teaching, such as face-to-face school time in general. In this hybrid learning design, it combines traditional face-to-face learning classes with web-based online learning and or computer or smart learning. Seamless and learning time inside and outside The classrooms are arranged in such a way as to get the advantages of each region. On the plus side, it can emphasize the importance of face-to-face learning for children. The American Academy of Pediatry, or EAP, emphasizes the importance of face-to-face learning for students, citing the need for social and emotional skills, physical exercise, access to mental health support, internet access, and counseling. This hybrid model is considered possible to fulfill these things, even if there are only a few meetings each week. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my argument. The COVID-19 pandemic and the policy of closing school and achievement of learning from home or distant learning are one of the triggers for students to quit school because of early marriage. Some students also choose to work to help the family economy because their parents lost their job. KPI supervised school opening in 8 provinces, namely Troco Java, M.Pd, and Bengkulu. Under this supervision, KPI received a report from several school principals that some students drop out of school because they got married or worked. From the finding of KPI, there are 119 students who are married, male and female, whose age range from 15 till 18 years old. The school knows that their students are married or working from visit to the home of the student parents, starting from the absence of the student during the distance of learning and never again collecting assignments. When visited, the school knows that the student is getting married or already working. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Arma, for delivering the speech. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to listen to the Deputy Leader of Opposition, Ms. Masayu Melinda, to deliver her speech.
All right, thank you. And first, I would like to give more argument from the point that already mentioned by the leader of opposition, Ms. Aziza, before, which is the positive rate of COVID-19 is not reaching the eligible to open the campus. And this is because Indonesia hasn't exceeded the percentage to allow campus opening. And as we all know, in Indonesia, also still have a lot of positive people that infected by the COVID-19 every day. And based on the current status of COVID-19 in Indonesia from covid19.go.id site, there are more than 4,000 of people that confirmed infected by the virus just in one day. And the total amount of people that affected is also still higher than the people that already recover from the virus. And there's also one other thing that important so is, and it is the vaccine. Right now, there are just 10 million people in Indonesia that already have vaccinated in a few months. But in Indonesia, we have more than 270 million of people. And it means that the people that already vaccinated is just 3.70% of the total amount of Indonesian people. So that is proof that almost impossible for the government to give the vaccine for almost the people before open the campus or the school. And there's also a lot of things that already proves that we're not ready yet. And there's also a case in Jepara where 15 of the middle school student that infected by the virus of COVID-19 because of the offline school simulation based on Kompas TV site. So it is already proof that we are still not ready to open the campus for 2021 academic year. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Masayu, for delivering the speech. I shall now call you upon the Member of Government, Ms. Widyaningrum, to rebut the point of opening opposition.
Good afternoon. I'm Widyaningrum Savitri, member of the government. I will give a rebuttal from the deputy leader. So far, we are worried about the risk of spreading COVID-19 if schools are not closed, even though there are many solutions to overcome them, such as first, do coordination. The authority to open school now rests with the local government. So school needs to coordinate with the education office for madrasah through the Minister of Religion in order to obtain face-to-face learning permits. School also needs to discuss plans for opening the school with the school committee as representative of parents in the school. This is done as an effort to get supporting in opening schools. Second, don't forget to socialize. This socialization was carried out for two purposes. First, to hear the opinions of parents regarding the plan to open face-to-face learning during a pandemic. Second, ensuring parents prepare the children to comply with health protocols when they return to school. If there are parents who object to their children learning face-to-face during this pandemic, schools need to prepare themselves to self-learning for their children. Online or offline learning option can still be implemented. Third, prepare health facilities and protocols. School physical readiness such as sanitation and hygienic facilities. Readiness to apply masks and have a thermogun, health service facilities, to the rules of learning in school that are integrated with an agreement with parents. For example, regulation for escorting and fetching children, set spacing, limiting the number of students per class, and matters relating to child supervision at school. Fourth, the importance of simulation. The simulation must be followed by school principal, teacher, and school education personnel. This is important as an effort to prepare mentally for face-to-face learning at school. At the same time, ensure that health protocols are implemented by school residents. School must also have a map of school residents who have comorbid of congenital disease, do not have access to safe transportation until the mapping has a travel history of areas with a high level of COVID-19 risks. This needs to be done as an effort to map the prevention of COVID-19 to occur during face-to-face learning. This can be done in collaboration with the Puskesmas or local health office. The function of the UKS staff should be optimized to monitor students adhere to health protocols while at school until they return home. And then I will add the reason why we should implement online school. Online learning is indeed less effective because most of it causes problems in terms of students, educator, and educational institution. Many factors make online learning less effective. The first is information and communication technology infrastructure that is not ready to support distance learning. A small example of this is because in Indonesia, internet facilities have not covered all areas in Indonesia, especially remote areas. Second, the transfer of knowledge carried out in the teaching and learning process by educators. The student research carried out online does not go as it should. For example, students only attend present without interacting with educators. There are also educators who only convey learning material in the form of teaching materials in the form of documents without any in-depth explanation. The third factor is that online learning has an impact on the lack of supervision of students because there is no direct interaction. Instead, the student gather with their friends who will accelerate the spread of the virus itself. The fourth factor is the financing of learning, which requires a lot of money to carry out the teaching and learning process, such as the cost of purchasing internet quota and purchasing computer or laptop device. And until now, the government has not provided internet quota as well in some areas where our internet connection is not yet good, based on the result of research that has been done regarding online learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Widyaningrum, for delivering the speech. It is now time to listen to the rebuttals of member of opposition, Ms. Nuzuliatin Nisa Utami.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this time, first I want to read the statement delivered by Ms. Widi, who arranged that the signals become a problem. Well, I think for the points of various region from Indonesia, the region may have their special spotlight for searching a signal. So according to us, depending on us and how we're looking and search for the signal. And I also know from to Telkomsel. So furthermore, I think in the future there will not such a bad signal or something a bad connection network in Indonesia in Indonesia. So I guess this will not be a problem, I guess. So we'll get to my argument. Okay, adding to the point already brought by the opening of opposition that this hut will not open the college because we all know when college are no thanks. Because we all know the college are open, later tuition fees are very expensive. That will burn and make the economic crisis worse. We can imagine how much the parents will spend. They spend a lot of money when the college student is open in this year. This payment includes building rental, vehicle rental, and daily necessities. In addition, according to the Ajaran from the Swedish University of Health, in the motivational little online school in Swedish school, 24% of students agree that this online save their money. So I am ready, Beijing, to opposite side, I guess. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Nuzuliatin, for delivering the speech. I call upon the government whip to deliver her speech. Ms. Suci Wulandari.
Thank you for moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Suci Wulandari and I'm as the government whip of government team. So first of all, I would like to rebuttal the point from opposition team. Ms. Nuzuliatin said that I'm sorry. We all Ms. Nuzuliatin said that when we open classes, it will be hard for people in middle-low economy or students with financial crisis. But, ladies and gentlemen, in fact, our government already providing so many aid, such as Keep Kuliah for educational aspect. We knew that many students already have that Keep Kuliah help. And also after that, government also help by giving BLT or bantuan langsung tunai for people who have business, especially home business or small business. Then I think the point from Ms. Nuzuliatin is not irresponsible. And after that, ladies and gentlemen, besides that, opposition team give us some points that irrelevant also. First, they said that COVID-19 is not new because it's only a years. Yes, it's true, it's only a years, but ladies and gentlemen, think about the effect after this year. We have to need more than about 10 years to recover ourselves, to recover our country. It's not a it's not just a little problem, but it's a really big problem, so we cannot just ignore it. And after that they said that we are not
Rewind,
ready yet.
please.
No, thank you. The second, they said that we are not ready yet to open offline classes. But ladies and gentlemen, how long we will be ready to not open offline class? Until when we have to wait when we already ready enough to open the offline class? It will be take so many times, right? So if not now, how when we will to start that? After that, the third, they said that many people could affected by COVID-19 virus if we keep open the offline class. But ladies and gentlemen, in fact, we already have vaccine and we all knew about it. And nowadays, government and also many peoples already spread the vaccine. Already, every people step by step already use the vaccine. Next, after that, ladies and gentlemen, in here I would like to prove you why my team contribute most on this debate. It's because government team give so many way out to keep open classes in order to keep the education process, which is very important for the future of our country. And also keep and stay healthy during classes. First, our team already give the way out by hybrid learning. This way will be so much helpful because as we all knew, college students need skills to prepare themselves in the future. It's not just about the theoretical, but the skill is the more important part. But we also knew that skill could be better if only we have to practice more and more. Practice is the key. So how could the students practicing in their home if they keep stay at home? It's maybe it's okay for students from educational such as language educational or something like that because they can practicing in their home, talking in front of the mirror or talking with their friends. But how if with the medical students, engineering students, they cannot keep practicing their skills in the home because it will be so much dangerous because they're faced with harmful things such as mechanical, such as engineering, and it will not be harmful for themselves but also for the whole people in their home. And after that, the second, government team also give the way out by avoiding the effect from online learning such as stressness, early marriage, college dropout because they prefer to work than go study. We knew, and I think all of you in here already heard the news about student suicide. Students get suicide because stress of online classes and so many assignments given by their teacher. We cannot just say it's the fault by their teacher because they give so many assignments, but we have to think about the teachers from the teacher side also. No, thank you. The teachers also the teacher also search the way how to they keep giving the knowledge from students, but in this online by only the screen, by only in this laptop and something like that. It will be so much hard for the teachers and also for the students also. And because of that, by avoiding this bad effect from online learning, we have to open the class. Next, the third, government team already said that we have to do coordination and make sure to keep obey health protocols when we open the offline class. Government already give permission. Indonesian government, already give permission to open classes only if the university make sure their students obey health protocols, such as keep wearing masks, providing sanitation, thermogun, and etc. Ladies and gentlemen, we knew that every student college are wise enough and smart also to keep their stay health. They know how to protect themselves. Next, for all those reasons, the government bench back to propose and our team deserve to win. Well, that's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Ms. Suci Wulandari, for delivering the speech. Last but not least, I call upon the officiant whip to deliver her speech, Ms. Retni Widiyanti.
Yes, thank you. So I have make some point from government team. They said that they government should open the college or school because government team said that to government to open the school or college when they apply protocol, but not enough because some of us still don't care about the protocol. And then I want to say that my team is really contributed to this debate because first, my member of opposition team have explained very well about not to open a school or college in this year because too much problem if we open that. And then our team has said that positive COVID are still rising until today. So in the last 24 hours, positive COVID-19 is rising. That rise about 400,000 people that have positive COVID. With this condition, if government will still open the college, we are afraid that it will be new cluster of COVID infection. And then our team said that not school or college support the facilities to open this college in this year. Our team is dominated this debate, and then I think our team can be win this debate. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Retni, for delivering the speech. We have now come to the end of the debate. To all the debaters, please wait for some time while the educator is preparing to deliver the education. Now, let's hear the verbal adjudication from our adjudicator, Ms. Ula Rizki Ramadhia.
Well, congratulations everyone. You have tried your best, and I will try my best to be your adjudicator because I think that I'm not really good at adjudicating. So overall the debates runs quite good, I guess, because the Prime Minister could limit the debate, and however there are some, how do I say this? But the Prime Minister has limited the debate, which I think is very interesting. She limits the debate on hybrid learning, which I don't even, I don't even get connected to that idea because I feel like, oh, this team might limit the debate on only practical learning. Oh, but instead of doing that, the Prime Minister choose to have hybrid learning. However, I think that the Prime Minister could elaborate more on how the hybrid learning will be conducted. For example, like we will conduct hybrid learning, for example, from how do I say it? limited working hours, for example, like only for 2 hours a day, or with one class only for 5 people or something like that. So I guess that the prime minister could elaborate more on the mechanisms and also the arguments. Like, I get what you are trying to say, but I guess that you only states what you want to say. For example, like the impact in long hinder student learning, and then you don't really elaborate on that matter. However, you did your best, so I guess I really appreciate that, because honestly speaking, you guys, I don't expect this to happen quite good, because I feel like, oh, this is the first time. I'm afraid that there are so many technical mistakes or something, like we don't expect that, but you guys really did your best. With the deputy prime minister, I guess that she also fulfilled her role, which is giving rebuttals and delivering her arguments. However, I don't really get what she is trying to say, because I guess some background noises. And also, for the opening opposition, the leader of opposition and the deputy leader of opposition, I guess they are really good at working together, because they back up each other's. Like, for example, the leader of opposition says about the background is pandemic is already long, help from human resources, and giving data like campus below 5%. And the deputy leader of opposition could elaborate that, like she questioned about the readiness, which I think that triggers the audience, all of us, to think, oh yes, Indonesia is not ready for this because this and this and this. However, I think that the deputy leader of opposition could also elaborate more on how Indonesia is not ready. Like, not only asking, but uh, Indonesia is not ready because of this. So I guess that maybe the deputy leader of opposition could mention more on the data, or even giving some illustration, and maybe like giving the bad scenario, or bad, how do I say it, bad case, if school is open in July, or in the new academic year. And for the closing government, I guess that the member of government and the government with fulfill also the role, which is giving the extensions of the arguments, and proving why their team won, why their team wins. And I guess that the government with could also not only states about the bad effects like early marriage, but I think that you totally can explain more about this. For example, like why early marriage is the bad effects of not opening school or college, or not opening college in the new academic year, because the rate of teenage pregnancy is getting risen. And uh like there are so many less educated parents who are think that their children is better to marry a people, or someone, to marry someone rather than studying at home, for example, like because their mental health is being distracted or something. And for the closing opposition, I guess that I think that I don't expect you to speak about the monetary crisis, which I think is a very good argument. But however, I think that you can elaborate more on that, how this economic side will be affected. For example, like not only from parents, but also from the school. For example, like opening the school is going to cost a lot of money. We have to relocate some money that is usually for the development of the infrastructure of the school, and now we have to relocate this on the health protocol, which is buy hand sanitizer, giving a mask, and the how we have to follow the health protocols. I think that the closing opposition could elaborate more on this. And when you are accepting a POI, I guess that you have to uh how do I say it? You have to try to answer to that POI, even though the giver of the POI is not giving any POI. So if not, if she is not, when she said that POI please, and you accept that, I assume that you have to try to acknowledge that, for example, that because the for example, like for example, if the one who give the POI is member of opposition, you can say like this: the member of government didn't give any POI on me even though I'm allowing that. So I think that I'm going to continue to my argument. So, like acknowledging the PI itself. For the opposition whip, I guess that you also have tried your best to elaborate on this debate. However, I think that you don't really prove why your team wins. Like you only state like because of that our team deserves to win, but you don't really elaborate. You don't really explain why your team wins. However, I also like the moment when you say that some still don't care about protocol. I think that that is a very important point, which you can elaborate more. For example, like you say, because of even if the health protocol is being applied, some still don't care about the protocol. Why? Because people are getting bored of the new normal mechanisms, or for example, like you elaborate more on that. So I guess that it's very important for you to do that. So I guess that's all for my verbal adjudication. I'm really sorry if I offend you in some ways, but I hope that it could improve your debating skills. So I think that this is the time for me to announce who wins this round. So I guess that who wins this round is that it's very tough because I guess that you guys quite have similar score, and I guess congratulations to opening opposition. Because I guess that the speakers doesn't really speak under time. They speak quite long, and they also quite elaborate on the debate, and I guess that um they also give some data which other team is not really elaborating. So I guess that's all. If you have any questions, please do ask. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Ula Rizki Ramadhia, and congratulations to the winning team, and thank you for all the debaters who participate in this debate. I now declare this debate closed.